In today's busy world, being able to cook from scratch in a flash has never been more important.
Quite nice, really.
So I'm off on a journey to explore the exciting world of speedy cooking.
Oh, that looks amazing!
No matter how far-flung the destination.
A little bit different, very quick.
Hurry up, Mary, let's get a move on.
I'm doing my best.
Or how close to home.
This is the best bit of the day.
It's hard to get the dollops the right size.
I will bring all this wonderful food back to you.
And it doesn't get much quicker or more delicious than that.
If the army marches on its stomach, then the navy sails on theirs. So where better to witness quick cooking in action than on one of its mighty ships? I've been invited to join the crew of one of the Navy's latest destroyers. I can't wait to see just how they manage to feed all these sailors, often with time and money at its tightest. And of course, I'll be sharing some of my own speedy recipes that couldn't be easier for feeding your own masses when time is of the essence. Here at the Portsmouth Naval Base, the 8,000-ton HMS Defender is in port, under the watchful eye of Commander Richard Huitt.
Mary, good morning.
Good
A very warm
morning.
welcome to Defender.
Thank you very much. I come bearing gifts. You might guess it's something to eat.
That's very kind, thank you very much.
For the last 3 years, Commander Huitt has sailed this crew through war zones and humanitarian emergencies. It is clear he runs a very tight ship.
Oh, what a view.
Absolutely, welcome to the bridge. Why don't you take a seat in the captain's chair?
Is that all right?
I think this one occasion, Mary, yes.
Hey, here goes. Oh, it's frightfully grand. Well, I'm quite happy here. I feel in total command. What is the most exciting or the best part of your job?
From a personal perspective, I think going to sea for that first time when you've been alongside for a while and been out to sea in the ship with the ship's company is fantastic. Perfect.
Oh, that's a good sign. Thank you very much.
I know there's a lot to see, but before we set off, a quick cuppa and my ginger oat biscuits.
Are you a dunker?
No, I'm not.
Neither am I, so we won't.
Superb.
Phew! I'm glad I have the Commander's seal of approval. But let me show you how quick they were to make.
Very simple to make. You just put all the ingredients in one pan, and that's all I've got to wash up.
Mix in 150 grams of butter, 1 tablespoon of golden syrup, and 175 grams of sugar.
I've chosen to use granulated sugar because it gives it more crunch.
Leave it on a low heat for a few minutes.
The butter has melted. Off the heat.
What makes these so crispy are the rolled oats along with self-raising flour and semolina for extra crunch.
I put it in my shortbread too. I think it's a very good ingredient.
Now to give these biscuits their warming spice.
Ginger powder, 2 teaspoons. If you like it particularly spicy, you could add another teaspoon. That's how I like it.
After a good stir, spread the mixture evenly in the tin before slipping into the fridge.
Putting the mixture into a tin means you get a very thin layer and it'll cool very quickly.
I always divide the mixture into equal-sized squares before rolling into balls.
It's a perfect thing to do on a wet afternoon.
Press them down gently and leave enough space as they'll spread in the oven during baking.
So don't worry that it's cracking at the edges, that's what it should do. So there they are, ready to go into the oven.
They will only take about 15 minutes to crisp up beautifully at 160 fan.
They smell really buttery. These biscuits are quick and easy, but you'll have to hide the tin because they're so delicious, they'll be gone in no time.
How simple was that? My wonderfully spiced ginger oat crunch biscuits. Perfect. HMS Defender is one of the Navy's most powerful destroyers. Whilst in Portsmouth, she's being upgraded with cutting-edge technology. Today, the crew are taking part in a war exercise led by their commander from the operations room. This simulated attack on the ship is to prepare them for the real thing, should it ever happen.
Now hostile 6256 based on enemy radar.
It's easy to forget that even in a battle situation, the 240 crew still need to be fed, and it has to happen in minutes. I'm heading for the galley. That's the kitchen to you and me, to be part of an incredible catering team who know how to make this lightning event happen. It's known as action messing.
75 minutes to us getting into the galley, food prepped, and then onto the counters and the lads fed.
What, 75 minutes to cook, eat, clear up?
Clear up.
That's fast.
That's fast. So are you up for the challenge?
I'm up for the challenge, but
Let's
we've
get
got
you
to
to
be
work.
quick.
Back up top, the battle has begun.
Flag success kill, gun block clear, 1,000 rounds remaining.
Position, brace.
Enemy missiles have hit the ship. When the commander thinks the time is right, he'll make a call for action messing to begin.
It's given us our times, so I can just quickly look at the clock and go, right, I've 10 minutes left, I've 15 minutes.
That's clever, and they wipe it off afterwards.
Yes,
It's us.
All right.
This is real cooking against the clock. Now we've got just 75 minutes to get 240 meals prepped, served, eaten, and cleared up.
Spuds, please, if you can get them on, get them in the steamer. Amy, if you can get the pizzas on, please. Let's go, come on, with 70 minutes.
Come on then, girls.
Today, it's cheese and salami, pita pizzas, and sautéed potatoes.
So we start laying these out then, Mary. So one person will go with tomato sauce all the way across. The next will put cheese on top. Right, Mary, this is for you.
How much do I put on?
4 or 5 pepperoni straight on top all the way across, please.
That's 5 minutes gone, team. 25 minutes to service, yes?
OK, we're going as fast as we can, and the girls are going faster than me. Seems to me like lightning to get 240 meals done.
Today, the missile simulation has caused a fire and a flood on board.
2 pot pieces!
Fire, fire, fire! Fire in the dive storm and bring them up!
That's 10 minutes gone, team. 20 to go.
What was all that about?
So there's a fire in the aft end of the ship.
When you hear these announcements, does it make you nervous?
No.
You're used to it?
Yeah, so we know that our team's trained to do the job, so we know that it's going to get done. So we're doing our part by preparing all the food, and they're doing their part saving the ship.
They're often quite exhausted and they need food to keep them going.
Yeah, we need to keep the team sustained.
15 minutes, I want to see, start and see food in the counter, please.
OK, if you'd like to grab a tray, Mary, we'll get these in.
OK.
Oh, yeah.
Right, that's the pizzas done. I know we don't face this kind of pressure at home, but before we return to the ship to serve the crew, I've got one more quick recipe to show you. This one is straight from the sea, my fish pie. The secret to its speed is in the topping. Instead of having pastry, which takes time, it's a simple crumble made from breadcrumbs, oats, cheese and herbs. To start with the fish, I've got 650 grams of pollock, and I'm just going to cut it into cubes. Now to the sauce. Mix 50 grams of butter with 50 grams of flour over a low heat.
And it just looks like a thick paste at this stage.
Gradually add 450 ml of hot milk.
Hot because it'll go in and be much smoother. And quick tips to make a really quick sauce. That's beautifully smooth, bubbling away. Look at that. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise. Now, I bet that sounds a bit odd to you, but it's a very good way of enriching it.
Drop in 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard.
Mustard always goes well with fish. Also gives it a good colour as well, rather a richer colour.
Now add the juice of half a lemon, 50 grams of grated cheddar, and some chives and dill.
All that remains is for me to add all the fish. It smells really fresh. It goes, and 200 grams of uncooked prawns. So cook these for a couple of minutes now, stirring all the time. Don't let it catch on the bottom.
Once the prawns turn pink, spoon the beautifully rich mixture into a lightly buttered dish.
And now it's the crumble topping.
This couldn't be easier. All you need is 175 grams of breadcrumbs and 50 grams of porridge oats.
And they again add to an interesting texture.
Then 50 grams of mature cheddar cheese and some fresh dill and chives. Mix together with 100 grams of melted butter.
I bet you haven't tried a crumble topping like this, and I promise you it's so quick and easy. When I'm in a real hurry and I want something full of flavour, this is what I do.
Pile on the glorious topping. It'll need just 25 minutes at 160 fan until bubbling at the edges and gorgeously golden and crisp on top.
Crumble fish pie. Totally different, and I think absolutely scrumptious.
Back on HMS Defender, the clock is ticking and it's nearly time to serve.
6 minutes on the potatoes, and I'm ready with the pizzas.
Our time to contribute is fast approaching.
Go! Go!
With 240 sailors to feed, the next challenge is to get as much plated up beforehand as possible.
This will keep them going,
Excited,
and it
yeah.
looks tempting, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Gina, will you be ready in 5 minutes?
Yeah, ready in 5.
The first lot are on their way down now.
Straight from the oven.
Quick as we can, 7 minutes, get through, eat, get back to where you come from.
Here we are.
Thank you very much.
Okay, that's it, all right.
Cheers. Cheers, Mary.
Okay, cheers to you too.
Hurry up, please, Mary, let's get a move on. We need to get these people through.
I'm doing my best.
Hey Mary, how are you?
No time
right.
for talking
All
about
good?
it.
Oh, Roger, I'm moving on, Thank you.
Oh dear, I better stop chatting. I can see they're concentrating on getting that food down quickly.
There we are.
Paddy, that's it, last man through.
Okay.
Last man, let's shut it down.
Good teamwork.
Yeah, very good teamwork.
It's not over yet. The galley now needs to be completely cleared down and everything packed away.
Paddy, putting us to shame. Asbestos hands.
Asbestos hand.
I like it. Well worked, Mary.
I'll pass them over top to you.
Take that, Mary. 2 minutes. You can do it.
We're nearly
Come on, Mary,
there,
you can do
we're
it. That's it, last dish.
I think we're there. Wait a minute. So, are we there?
We are done with 2 minutes to spare, Mary.
What a great team, weren't we?
240
Perfect.
people in 70 minutes.
It's been a real eye-opener seeing how naval ships operate. Planning the meal is a huge logistical task for the galley team.
Saturday night's the creme de la creme, steak night and chicken Kievs every. So it's like
Chicken Kiev
chicken
and
Kievs,
steak.
yeah. So,
I think I'll join the Navy.
oh, it'll be worth it, Mary. You'll love it.
While they're briefly on shore, they must load up on supplies which will be needed to sustain the ship for up to 90 days. With a budget of just £3.35 per person a day, it's a real challenge. But I have the most divine soup that would definitely fit the bill.
In the Navy, they have soup at lunchtime, soup at dinner, and I can see why. It's very nutritious and not too expensive. I've got a good-sized cauliflower here. I'm going to cut it into 4. I love a bit of texture in soup.
I'm going to remove the outer florets to add to the cooked soup later.
And they will go in at the very end.
Cut the remaining cauliflower into rough pieces. Cauliflower prepped, now to make the soup.
So I've got a really big pot here, and I'm going to add 30 grams of butter.
Add a roughly chopped onion and cook until really tender. Mix in 25 grams of flour.
It's just like making a white sauce with onion in it.
Gradually add 1 litre of hot vegetable stock.
Let that all be incorporated, and the sauce will be getting thinner, more like a soup. And at this stage, I can add the rest of the stock.
Bring to the boil, then in goes those chunky cauliflower pieces.
So on with the lid, down with the heat, and simmer very gently for about 10 minutes until it's really tender.
Now it's just a case of blitzing it together, making sure every piece of cauliflower is blended in.
That was the near one. I wasn't keeping it quite straight, was I? That's beautifully smooth. Now I'm going to add the little florets of cauliflower to add that extra crunch.
Just to top it off, season and throw in 100 ml of double cream.
Whoa, wonderful. That'll enrich it.
And 50 grams of cheddar cheese. It will bring together the gorgeous flavour of this hearty soup.
And it's a little bit like cauliflower cheese, only in a soup. It's a wonderful combination.
Of the 240 crew, over half of them are junior sailors. Their lives are regimented and disciplined, often spending months out at sea away from their family and friends.
Let's work! Get power boats off the ground! Let's get moving!
But it's not all hard work. The junior rates mess is where these younger crew members get to relax and unwind, and I'm very keen to meet them.
Come on through, Mary.
Oh, good gracious, what a lot of you.
So 120 sailors in here, Mary, and this is predominantly where they spend their spare time, where they watch TV, play games, socialise. And as you can see, you've got a few avid fans in here with their books at the ready.
I shall have my pen out.
Seems they're keener to meet me. They've all turned up with something for me to sign, but how can I resist?
It's for me mother, this, Mary. It's Julia.
Well, this'll get you some brownie points. And who bakes cakes for you at home?
Nobody's, to be honest, we'll go Tesco and get them, but... I'm always joking.
Oh, that's from my fiancée, Charles. She's a big fan.
Oh, good.
I think she'd give you a run for your money.
Oh, would she?
These are some of the ones she's made.
Goodness gracious.
That was my birthday cake.
Have you seen this? This birthday cake. It looks as though it's for a very special occasion. How about
She's
that?
also unemployed at the minute, Mary, so if you could...
What a cheery bunch. There's such a fantastic atmosphere and a sense of camaraderie. And I have one more wonderful treat of a recipe that would keep morale going in any situation. My mouth-watering sausage rolls and a delicious ricotta and red pepper version. There's nothing better.
First, the sausage meat one. I've got 225 grams of pork sausage meat, and I'm going to add to that 50 grams of mature cheddar cheese. A little bit unusual, but it does go really well.
Next, add 2 teaspoons of thyme. It gives great flavour.
Very easy. So, on to the veggie version.
Mix together 200 grams of chopped roasted red peppers. I use the ones straight from a jar. 125 grams of full-fat ricotta cheese. 50 grams of grated vegetarian hard cheese and some wonderful fresh basil.
Just mix it until it's all together. Doesn't that look a gorgeous, vibrant colour? Right, I've got my 2 fillings. Now I've got to encase them in pastry.
Cut a sheet of ready roll puff pastry into 6 rectangles. Carefully spoon that delicious mixture down the centre of each strip.
I really enjoy this preparation. They look neat and tidy and very workmanlike.
Now to simply assemble. All you need is to brush with egg down one side of the pastry. Fold over and using a fork seal the edge.
And press it down all the way along.
It couldn't be quicker.
Then glaze the top all the way along there, right down the side there. And then just divide each of them into 4. There we are, all lined up like sailors ready for inspection.
Cook at 200 fan for about 15 or 18 minutes until perfectly crispy and sumptuously golden. There you have it, my sausage rolls and ricotta and roasted red pepper puffs. They'll make anyone happy. My time on board is coming to an end, but I can't resist making them one last special treat.
And I've got a pretty good recipe here for a chocolate tray bake.
Perfect.
This rich chocolate cake normally serves 16. We're going to have to scale it up to feed 240 on board.
I do it the all-in-one method, which means it's pretty quick. And we've got a great mixing machine here. So shall we get going?
My recipe uses just 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder, but we're using nearly 200 grams.
Put that into the bowl, and we've got boiling water here. And the aim is to make it into a paste. So whoever can see to the bottom of that huge bowl. So if I pour some of this in, we may need a bit more. That's it, that'll just about be a paste. She's done this before, you know. Let's have a look. That's perfect.
Yeah?
That is beautifully smooth. And then I drop the eggs in. And normally it's 4 eggs for me, but for you...
56, Mary.
56 eggs. Now, Michael, I hate to tell you, but you're being beaten by Gina on the cracking of eggs. In go 56 eggs. And they're beautifully fresh, aren't they? Then we add the sugar.
So we've got just over 3 kilos of sugar.
That's it.
There we go.
And 3 kilos of baking spread and self-raising flour.
And also you've got a little bit of baking powder in a small container there. Then that's it. So I know for one I couldn't even lift that, so it's going to take 2 of you. We've got a magnificent whisk here. You lead the way, I'll follow.
I'm glad I'm not doing this on my own. Now we just need to beat it until smooth.
Let's get going.
This enormous whisk will do it in no time.
Right, let's go and put that in the tins. Right.
We're adding a whopping 1,400 grams of chocolate chips.
It really looks rich and delicious, doesn't it?
Gina has a wonderful idea what to do before we spoon the mixture into the tins.
With this being a chocolate sponge, we'll coat it with cocoa powder.
I like the idea of lining it with cocoa. I'll try that when I go home.
Oh, from me to you, Mary.
They need just 25 minutes at 160 fan in one of the Navy's powerful ovens.
Right. I think that's right, wouldn't you?
We've made a gorgeous topping using mascarpone cheese, icing sugar, and some vanilla extract.
Your cakes are done, Mary.
Are they?
Moment of truth. Yep, take them out, leave them on the side to cool.
I think they look fantastic. How do you feel?
Yeah, these look great. Yeah.
Spread this indulgent icing onto the cakes once they've cooled. Finish off with a light dusting of cocoa powder.
Each one of these has got to serve 50, so let's halve it for them and let's hope they love it.
My chocolate chip tray bake is the perfect way to say goodbye to this lovely crew.
1, 2, 3, cheese!
Right, thank you all very much for having me. I think you deserve some of my cake. An orderly queue, please.
This is good.
Lovely.
Very nice, yeah. Absolutely. I'm enjoying it quite a lot.
Thank you all very much. I've had a whale of a time.
We change for Mary! Hooray! Hooray!
My, what a send-off. I've loved heading below deck with the Navy, cooking against the clock, and making some of my own quick crowd-pleasing creations just for them. Next time,
Just like Paris and Soho.
a day and a night on the town,
Sheer heaven.
serving quick food
It's amazing how quickly that was done.
for busy people 24/7. You're going to enjoy every single mouthful.